snow. I got a 41, excuse me, Ford tractor, 9N, with a back blade on it, and this is how I plow snow, and it worked okay. It you're up out way for the snow, you're up on a seat, you get good visibility and all that stuff. The problem is when you're plowing snow with a tractor or a truck or anything with a plow on it, you're pushing the snow to some point, and that'll build a wall, a hard packed wall of snow. And what happens with that is it freezes. The next time you plow, you're plowing up against that. That won't move anymore, so you add more in front of it. And what happens is the whole operation kind of encroaches on you. If you plow your driveway like that, you end up with a driveway that's like driving through a little canyon, however wide your car is, with steep sides on either side. And it just keeps getting smaller and smaller and encroaches in on you. So I did enjoy plowing snow with the Ford, and still do. I mean, it's fun to get out there and push snow with the thing, you know. I think it's 84-year-old tractor. It's fun to operate. It doesn't have any brakes. That's a downside. When I get up to the top of this hill here, I'll start spinning, and I'll drop the blade. You know, that's my brakes, and then I motor on from there. So this is how we plowed the snow with the tractor, and like I said, it worked good enough. You know, there was no problems with it, and it moves a lot of snow quick. The only problem is it jams it all up into one spot. Yeah, or whatever, you know what I mean. It makes it hard to deal with. Snowblower, on the other hand, works a whole lot better. But you don't want to walk with a snowblower. It takes forever. You're taking little tiny baby steps. You know, and we've done it. This driveway from the road down to the house is actually about 100 yards long. So we're only seeing a little section right here. It's more than that. And this video is taken from a video I made 5 or 6 years ago, and posted on YouTube. That's why there's text at the bottom. And I trimmed a whole lot of it out of it. I mean, it was the whole operation, and I don't want anybody to be interested in that, but that's what I posted, and it's got thousands and thousands of views. So I think people just like seeing an old tractor running. So I followed this with the snowblower. I got a little 1983 Case 222 high drive. It's a hydraulic driven tractor. It's a real hydrostatic, not the kind you see today, but hydrostatic, where it's hydro as in hydraulic, instead of like a foot control for your throttle or your speed. So I got that tractor, rebuilt it. It's running great and all that stuff, and had the snowblower for it, and I'm all happy with that. I did need a little more work in the snowblower side. I got to put some bearings in it this year, but it's working. The drawback with the snowblower is the snow gets caught in the wind and it blows back on you, and you get buried in snow. You're going to see an example of it coming up. Here it is with a big geyser of snow shooting out of it. You see it's kind of blowing to the left a little bit. I was kind of ducking back there. When I get at the top of the driveway with this thing, I'm going to get completely blasted. You'll note right off the bat I'm wearing a raincoat, you know, for snow. What's up with that? Well, you'll see here in a second when we get to the top of this driveway. Here we go. Let's see. Boom! Where did I go? I'm buried in snow. In fact, it was so bad I actually shut off the snowblower part. I get started up here, and I'll come back down again. These are just little short clips of this. When you're on a snowblower, like this on a small tractor, the first thing you realize that you need is you're gonna need a cab. Now they have the soft cabs, which are basically nylon tent type things that go in your tractor, with a hard cab, and that's a hard metal cab. Well, that was an accessory for my tractor, and I didn't have one, but I had the book showing the exploded view, but I didn't have the measurements. Well, I know this woman who has a John Deere with a cab on it, and I measured hers. All these cabs then were all the same. The only difference with them was the mounts, which tractor was going to go on. Now when I come by here, you'll see just shooting the snow out real nice. The top of the tractor will be covered with snow. I will be covered with snow. And the snow that lands on your legs, it melts, it freezes. It's now you're cold, you're wet. That's miserable. But this is a good way of moving snow, just like this. Shoot it out there, get it far to the side. Doesn't jam up, don't create a canyon. Yeah, hey, it's like a snowman riding down there. So we built the cab. Now, the cab is based off of the John Deere measurements and the exploded views of my manuals. I have all the service manuals for the thing. And it's made from, I think, about 20 gauge tin sheet metal, which gets its strength by having a bunch of angles bent into it. Every time you bend this stuff, it gets a little more rigid. And then so you bend it down the sides for like the front, and that gives a little bit. You bend it across the top on the front, that gives you a little more rigidity. And then you start making angles and spot welding them in there, and channels. I made a bunch of channels for added rigidity. The other thing that's kind of neat is I put a electric window motor from a car on the control for the chute. So instead of cranking a handle left and right to make the chute turn left and right, I press a button. That part works really good. Here's my wife photographing a little bit up at the end of the road to show my safety lights. Safety first up here in the woods. Ran into an Amish buggy years ago. They were hauling a big pile of brush on it. Never saw it. And that's all I could say. I never saw him. Everything worked out okay, but I don't want somebody hitting me and killing me or something like that and saying, oh, never saw him. I'll try to make it real obvious. These flashing lights, the big orange square, the reflectors, the little arrows on the back. Car headlights hit those brighten up. You can see this tractor a mile away. Here we are, different snow, same spot. Now the video is too long in here. I spent too much time blowing snow in this one area. I trimmed a bunch of it down, but I didn't trim it down enough. It's fun blowing snow with this thing. I also have rear view mirrors on either side of it. Those are made for golf carts. Work great. I don't have to twist all the way around and look to see what I have behind me. I can glance at the mirrors. It's a whole lot better. I'm running the lights down here too. I generally only use the headlights and the emergency lights. I only use those up on the road. But we're playing down here for a video, so I had the lights on. There's a windshield wiper on it. I put on one with a motor. I couldn't get the swing right. I couldn't get it to work right. So I pulled it off and I put a manual one on. If you want the windshield wiper to go back and forth, you reach up, grab a hammer, and you wiggle it back and forth a time or two. It does work good. I put a defroster on the windshield too, which is a 12-volt fan to blow on it. But without the doors, the windshield doesn't frost up. I've never yet turned on that fan. Because this cab, it's brand new. I put this thing together in October, November this year. I don't think I finally got it going until probably December or late November. This little tractor really eats up the snow. I've got weights on each back wheel and chains. That helps it go. And it's good with traction. And of course, being a hydraulic drive, you cannot stop the tractor. It might spin, but you'll never get to the point where it can't turn those tires. It's hydraulic. It'll always turn the tires. It's a fluid drive. They just do that. It's like a piece of industrial equipment. Or all the new bulldozers and excavators and stuff like that. They're all hydraulic drive. They used to have transmissions. They used to shift gears in them, like the old Caterpillar D1s and stuff like that. You had to shift gears. Now you just push a lever forward or backwards. That's how you go. This is the part I should have cut ahead to. Now you can see the snowblower snout. Every now and then, going up here, you'll see it turning. See, there it goes turning. I'm not blowing snow at the camera. So you can see by the windshield how much snow blows back. All that snow is not hitting me now. I am warm and comfortable in that little tractor, even without the doors. Snow doesn't come in the doors. It comes in the front and down from the roof. You know, and that's all blocked. But this works out good with the electric control on the chute. Yeah, there it goes again. You can see which way the wind's blowing. It should be directed this way anyways. The wind's coming from the right across towards the left. I have one headlight out down on the grill. Those lights don't do anything, especially with the snowblower on there. They're just a little more towards the visibility. The lights on the top light up everything. Again, some snowblower control. Or chute directional control, whatever you want to call it. I really like that part. I'm real pleased with how this tractor came out. I think it looks good. Here's the channels that I've added for support. Now you can see this one does have a bolts. It's spot welded in there. This one has bolts. I couldn't reach it with the spot welder. This is across the roof, of course. This is the front mount where it hooks up in the bottom with the, I guess, leg guards or whatever. I trimmed it real close to the hood. And put a little trapdoor, metal trapdoor in the front so you can... You see right here, there's no trapdoor in there. That's my little dashboard. That's where the light switches and stuff go. It's just bent metal, bolted together. You put bends in it, you bolt it together. It's kind of like a unibody car. See a little more of the channels there. There's that. There's little bright white stickers. Headlights hit those really light up. Here's the back, that's support. Without that in there, you tap and it would be like a drum. Here's the clearance for the seat in that rack, or that on the channel there. Here's my window motor for the turning the discharge chute. See, it had a spline that happens to fit that socket. And then I cut the crank handle rod, welded it into that socket, and wired it up. And that's where we're at. You have the little motor turns the chute left and right for me. At last, a morning in Maine. That's all.